I'll leave the clicker right here.
If you got one of all of us not talking, I'm really the best.
I don't know what you're talking about. Ventriloquist is the best. Whole big group is all there.
Yeah, thanks. Just want to see.
Dr. Jackie, we're coming.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just checking on Arlene. Here's a wreck, but that's fine. Okay.
They didn't turn on it.
You can get the black method though, because Lisa, Kevin, and I all have the black method.
No.
Like the dark color, he doesn't do black.
I like to. It's very winterish vibes.
Okay. So welcome everyone. How's everyone doing this evening?
Good, how are you?
Okay, how's everyone doing this evening?
How are you?
Excited.
Good.
Excited and happy that I am not one doing the presentation. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing here and who we are. Oh, thank you. I forgot. First and foremost, I do want to let you know this is being recorded and it's going out live stream. That being said, if you don't want your face recorded, don't face the cameras, which I think they're all around us now. So that'll be a little bit on the difficult side. But I want to welcome you all. Thank you for joining us on Demo Day. It's part of our Venture Hive Entrepreneur Ecosystem Accelerator program. And I am so excited for the individuals that are here that are going to present tonight. All right, so before I get started, I have the pleasure of announcing our president, Dr. David Stout, to come in and say a few words.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Welcome, everyone. This is very exciting. Obviously, we'll have an opportunity to get to see what everybody has been working on, your demonstrations. Very excited to see that. I'd like to thank our judges, thank the panel for everything that you have done, both at the beginning and also today. And thanks for your assistance in helping to encourage along those individuals who are looking to start their businesses and taking it to the next level. So thank you. Of course, Jacqueline, for all of the work that you have done. I see also members of the Venture Hive Advisory group are also in the room, so thank you so much for being here as well, and to all parents and family members and friends who join us for this event. I'm very excited to see what you're going to be presenting, so I'm going to step aside because we don't want to hear from me. We want to hear from you. But thank you, good luck, congratulations to all of you. Make sure, obviously, that you take the resources that have been provided for you here and will continue to be provided through Venture Hive and through the Small Business Development Center that can help you to take your businesses to the next level and to continue to evolve. Just stay in relationship with us. So thanks again, good luck, and Jacqueline, back to you.
Okay. Thank you, David. Okay. So all I want to do is I want to do a quick recap because as Dr. Stout said, you're not here to listen to me. You're really here to listen to their presentations. So just taking you into a little bit about our Venture Hive, the entrepreneurial ecosystem that we are creating here for Monmouth County. And the clicker is not working. So just a little recap, showing you first slide is our partners here. And as you can see, some of our partners are actually some of our judges that are here, but we also have some in the audience that understand the value of what we're trying to create through the entrepreneurial ecosystem. So we thank them all for always participating when they can, and we heard from Dr. Stott already. So the purpose of the Venture Hive is really to create an economic development driver for Monmouth County. And when you may be thinking, what does that mean? It's actually creating a platform where individuals will engage in entrepreneurship, could develop an entrepreneurship mindset. We're working on teaching and fostering a culture of collaborations as well. So one of the things, and here are some of the pilot projects that we've been working on through the Venture Hive. So the one we're focusing on today is definitely the 10-week Accelerator. I'm going to go into that quite a bit, but I just wanted you to see what else is coming up through the Venture Hive. We actually have our Venture Hive virtual hub that if anyone wants to participate and engage in it, you can. It's up and running, and it will continue to grow. We also provide workshops on collaboration because we know collaboration is key. And if anything I've learned from this cohort and my past cohorts is that when they get together and they start collaborating, it's amazing what could come out of it, right? And then in the near future, we're looking to have that physical space, which will be a Venture Hive Collaboratory, which is where individuals from different disciplines will be able to get together and have conversation and develop these amazing businesses. Because when they collaborate from different places, diversity comes into the conversation, and it just becomes so much better, and there's so much more that we can do as a community. So today, we're here for Demo Day, right? So what is Demo Day? I have to step back a little bit when I talk about the pitch and the Accelerator program. So about 10 weeks ago, we actually had what was called the pitch. We had about 14 people come up and present their ideas. From those, we had these amazing judges, which I will introduce in a bit, and they were able to talk about their idea. It didn't matter if they had a PowerPoint or not. If they had the courage to stand up and talk about their business idea, it was a way of getting into the Accelerator. The Accelerator, just so you do not confuse it with an incubator. An incubator, when people think about entrepreneurship and think of incubator, it lasts for a long time. And by a long time, I'm talking about 2 years. An incubator should not go beyond 2 years. An Accelerator, on the other hand, is more of that testing model, that it's get the idea running, going, see what works, turn it around. If it's working, great. If it's not, how do you change it, right? And also, while you're doing that, because I neglected to introduce myself, but I am Dr. Jacqueline Mejias Fuertes. I am the Regional Director of the Small Business Development Center here at Brookdale Community College. And if it wasn't for that little logo on the bottom, I would have forgot who I am. So, right? So in doing that, though, one of the things that we have created here at Brookdale Community College, because our particular center has been around for about 48 years at this point, which is pretty amazing. We were part of what started the Small Business Development Center here in the state of New Jersey. So with that being said, we started with the Council of County Colleges, where we developed an entrepreneurial certificate certificate program. So I want to say that each and every one of the individuals who participated in the Accelerator completed that entrepreneurial certificate program. Why is that important? It helps them understand what it takes to run a business. We all fall in love with our ideas. We believe that our ideas are going to work, and when you put it pen to paper, it's not always that easy. So getting them to work through it, create the PowerPoints, the presentations that you're going to see today is pretty amazing. So they all will receive a certificate of completion on that. Then next we have NACE. And NACE, which is the National Association of Community Colleges and Entrepreneurship, because of them and their program, the Everyday Entrepreneur Program, they help fund the funds that we obtain in order to give out as prizes today. So there's 3-level prizes that I want you to be aware of. And so then, of course, Brookdale is here. We have our state and as well as SBA who helps fund the SBDC. So moving right along, because I do not want to take too much of your time, I do want to take a moment to introduce our distinguished judges. So first we have Lisa Askelis, and she is the CEO and founder of Inventing A to Z, 100% Black woman-owned business focused on product development from concept to fruition. And whether it's prototyping, inventing, or seeking patents and licensing, Lisa Askelis helped her clients go from idea to home shopping networks like QVC, HSN, and even her own shopping network, Inventor Spotlight TV. Her clients' products also frequent retail stores nationwide. And while I'm reading, and I know that she has Inventor TV, radio, consultant speaker, she is also an author who has just came out with her book, so congratulations to you. And then we have Kevin, and I can't pronounce your last name. Moot.
His fault.
Blame it on Dad, right?
You always want to tell Kevin to mute.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So Kevin gets a huge thanks for us, because I have to say, in terms of the Accelerator, this is not the first one we've had. Through the SBDC, we've had the opportunity to take it out into the towns, taking our services to the communities where they need it most. So Kevin has been with us since we started our pilot program, which was back in 2019, I think it was, right before the pandemic. That the pandemic did not stop us. We still had our Accelerator, the pilot program, which was out in Long Branch. We've had it in Freehold as well. And now this is the first one through the Venture Hive that's taking place here at Brookdale Community College. So Kevin is a judge, but he's an OG, right? From the beginning. And then we also have Dr. Perry Scorani. Now, Dr. Scorani is in the field of entrepreneurial leadership and is well-known figure who is fluent in English, Portuguese, and Spanish. Dr. Scorani is an embodiment of global leadership and innovation thanks to his impressive background, which blends academia, philanthropy, I can say that, practical business acumen. He has been able to inspire countless individuals and organizations to achieve their fullest potential through his work as a business coach and public speaker, utilizing his diverse cultural experience gained from living in Brazil and South America. And he is also part of the Hive advisory board, and we thank you for that. And then we have Jennifer Eckhoff, and Jennifer is the new one to the board. Usually we have 5 judges, but 2 weren't able to make it today. So of course, what do I do? Call Jennifer, and I go, Jen, you want to be a judge? She goes, what does it take? I said, you're the executive director of a chamber. I think you have it, right? So Jennifer is an experienced executive director of the Regional Chamber of Commerce, the Eastern Monmouth Area Chamber of Commerce. In this role, Jennifer leverages a diverse range of past experience to drive success and expand horizon continuously. With a passion for connecting people, Jennifer excels in learning about individual businesses, interests, experiences, and aspirations, enabling effective collaboration and resource sharing that paves the way to success. And Jennifer also, she's part of what we call our EDOs, the Economic Development Officers, that is engaging in our Venture Hive in a different capacity. So I thank you for that, Jennifer. And then there's two individuals that I am truly, truly grateful for, because without them, this would have been extremely challenging on my end, and that is Mary Edelman. Mary Edelman, I don't know which hat I want to put on Mary, but Mary, she's actually our counter today, but Mary also owns a business. She's a consultant. She works for a CDFI as well, but she's really helped to counsel our participants, I know, right? Our participants from the cohort. So she gives so much of herself to make sure that individuals that are starting a business really get off the ground. And then I have Paul Rinaldi. Paul, if you could raise your hand, because Mary's up front. So Paul Rinaldi, at one point, Paul Rinaldi, how do I want to say this? I replaced Paul Rinaldi when I came to Brookdale, and he left as the assistant director of the SBDC. Paul is an adjunct here at Brookdale, but is an amazing counselor as well. While I call him a generalist, he actually goes beyond that. His extensive knowledge in business development is amazing. And again, the participants from the cohort know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, they've always been available to them. They will continue working with them beyond today. So thank you as well. So as we are moving forward, I do want to let you know a couple of things. Oops, that was too far. So what I do want to let you know is, one, that this is being recorded live, as I stated before, on Brookdale TV. Also, you will have, as audience members, an opportunity to vote. So there is a QR code on Slido. So based on the presentation, and there's some little Post-its on the chairs. There's a reason for that. And that is so you could kind of take notes, because you will not be able to vote until you hear all 5 presentations. Once you hear all 5 presentations, you will be asked to scan the QR code. When you scan the QR code, it's going to ask you or direct you to pick your top 3 in the order of preference. Okay, so remember, these individuals have worked so hard. I've seen them grow from when they started to where they are now. Their confidence, I feel, has been elevated. I don't know if they kind of share that with me, but I learned a lot from them as well. The pitch that we've done in the past, or rather the accelerators that we've done in the past, have been from those in the community. I'm happy to say that this one that we've brought to Brookdale, most of them are alumni in one capacity or another here at Brookdale. So it's amazing to have our students come back and say, I want to be a part of this, or to be a community member who's used some of the services here at Brookdale and decided that they wanted to participate in this. Like I said, we started with a larger number. We always try to trim it down to 10. It actually went down lower than that, because people had to realize that this is a true commitment, that you weren't going to come and it was just going to be handed to you. You had to put in the work and the effort. And I ended up with 5 women who decided to put the work and the effort, just because women are on the rise when it comes to entrepreneurship. So with that being said, I see that they're all here, but we're just going to juggle a little bit as to who's going to go up first, because yeah,
don't want to go first.
I know, right? You see them; they're running up to the stage here. So they will present. They will have 10 minutes on their presentation. Once they've done their presentation, the judges will have 5 minutes to ask questions. It's not about directing them at this point. They've received direction, but it's really about whatever questions you want to ask that you feel the PowerPoints were not provided. So Connor, you want to come up? Let's see who we're going to have first, because we're not going by my list. Just letting you know.
And I will notify you at 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Timer. So, and remember, she hasn't changed her job. Okay. Yeah, go with that way. Okay. Yeah.
So 5 will be slide please.
Okay. And our first presenter, and Maddie, you can either have the, it's Maddie. Maddie. So, Maddie is coming up. So, let me get this out of the way. If you need anything.
hands off the stand if you want. You
Okay.
can go forward and backward.
Thank you. Oh, God. Sorry, I gotta calm my heart rate a little bit.
What happened?
My heart rate's just a little
Okay,
elevated.
that's okay. Take a deep breath.
It's okay. Okay.
You got this.
Hi, everybody. My name is Maddie Agresti. I'm a vet assistant at Red Bank Animal Hospital. I've been there for about 2.5 years. I'm also a volunteer EMT since 2018. I just recently started personal training, and I've been working for my family's dog boarding and grooming business since I've been like 13, but I am ready to start my own business, and I want to be my own boss, so that is where the idea of Bark and Burn began. So Bark and Burn is where dogs and people play, train, and connect. So what is Bark and Burn? So busy pet owners struggle to balance fitness and quality time with their dogs. Bark and Burn offers a unique integrated experience where both dogs and their owners can exercise, socialize, and thrive together. We offer a brand new fitness concept that combines a human gym with a dog gym, a dog daycare, as well as a networking cafe, as well as a sauna, steam room, and cold plunges. In the future, we plan on adding mobile dog gyms as well. Okay, so we have outdoor space for both humans and their dogs, so plenty of room for the dogs to play and socialize and get to meet other dogs, so it's great for socialization of your dog. The big thing is the treadmills for the dogs, so we have state-of-the-art human gyms and equipment, but the treadmills are super beneficial for all kinds of dogs, like brachycephalic dogs, which are like French bulldogs, regular bulldogs, who have a hard time breathing or in the heat. So during the summer months, it is super beneficial to have them walking on the treadmills indoors to keep their weight managed, to help with any cardiovascular issues they may have so they're at a healthy weight. This is also super beneficial for any high anxiety, crazy dogs that you may have that are anxious when you leave them home alone. So instead of leaving them home alone, you can bring them to the gym with you while you're either working out or doing your work in the networking cafe, and they're on the treadmill with a trainer one-on-one. It's super safe because there's an emergency brake and it's self-propelled. So they're going at their own speed. If they want to start slow, they start slow and then bring it up nice and fast. We have shallow pools for the dogs. We're going to integrate yoga, puppy yoga, and then plenty of space for humans to work out as well. So the market value of the global fitness industry is $87 billion, and it's expected to increase to $434 billion in around 2028. And then pet owners spend around $99 billion on pet care. So both human and dog service industry are exponentially growing. So the market trends of dog owners. So my target group is 30 to 49-year-olds because they're very occupied with work and focused, but they love their dogs like they're babies. So they are willing to spend the money on them. So about 40% of that age group is spending on these professional pet services. Okay. I would like my facility to be in Monmouth County, which has a population of 642,000. Median age range is around 43, which is great because that is my target market. And then there's around 98,000 dogs in Monmouth County. Okay, so 1/3 of Monmouth County has pets in their household, which is great for me. So Middletown, Howell, and Marlborough are the most highly dog-populated towns, and I want my facility within those areas. Like, I'm looking at Cold Snack kind of right now, but I think those people are looking for places to bring their dog and work out, so it works out great. All right, so my membership options are Basic, Simple Pup, and Buff Pup. So Basic pretty much is $95 a month with a one-time sign-on fee. Simple Gym membership, you can use all the human gym facilities, and that's it. And then the Simple Pup is $160 a month, $100 sign-on fee. Pup daycare, which includes a full evaluation, and the dog can play with others, and the owner gets full use of the gym and facilities. Buff Pup, $200 a month, $100 sign-on fee and evaluation, full evaluation, doggy daycare in the yard, and gets scheduled 35 to 45 minutes of monitored treadmill time in a climate-controlled room. The owner gets full use of the gym and the facilities. That's the biggest one. I think it's super important with the treadmills, especially for like older, elderly people who don't walk their dogs often. They can bring their dog in and have to not walk their dog because someone else is taking care of it for you. Additional revenue streams would be the dog treadmill packages. So like I was saying, for the elderly people who don't want to use the gym, they could just simply drop their dog off for a $40 fee, 30 minutes on the treadmill, and they'd pick their dog up 30 minutes later. I also want to incorporate Pick Your Paw Rescue. So this is a rescue I work with outside the vet, and they would be renting out space from me, and then any members that pay an additional $15 a month get 2 guest passes a month, a free shake or beverage at the cafe, and if a member adopts a dog, we donate their monthly membership costs to Pick Your Paw. So the cafe will also be renting out space, as well as we'll have retail in the store as well as online. All marketing would be content, social media, at least 1 post on Instagram a day or a story. I have younger sisters in high school. I am not worried about posting on social media. Email marketing, search engine marketing, so plenty of Google ads, partnership with local pet-related businesses and organizations, and then word of mouth. So my biggest competition would be Lifetime and Sweet Honey Farms, but they are very indirect because they have nothing to do with dogs. They are gyms and social clubs, but have no dog at all. Any other gyms would be Jersey Strong, Planet Fitness, The Fort, and Retro. Like I said, no dogs involved, and these also are not social clubs. So my startup costs are around $500,000. The first year revenue would be only $48,000, but we're working our way up. Second year revenue is $128,000, and then third year revenue is $475,000. So I got my numbers through the first year. I'm staying around 150 members. That is very lowballing it. I did some research on how many members are at a gym typically, and it's around 1,500, and then how many members are at a social club, which is around 500. So my third year, I'll have around 300 members, which really is lowballing it, but I was nervous, so I wasn't sure. As well, for year 3, I want to add on the mobile vans. So these are vans that have the treadmills in them that go to your house and pick up your dog, run the dog on the treadmill, drop your dog back off, and continue going. So you have multiple pickups and dog runs throughout the day, easy revenue throughout the day. Oh, sorry. So in the next 6 months, I would like to secure $50,000 in loans, secure 5 silent investors investing at least $80,000 combined, put a down payment on a property, start new construction on a property, and then in year 3, add the additions of mobile vans, which would cost around $30,000. Revenue would be around $18,000 monthly, and the monthly cost would be around $5,500. My advisory board consists of Val Barnaby, a fitness personal trainer that owns ESSA in Tinton Falls, Tammy Boland, who is the founder of Pick Your Paw, the rescue I'd like to be working with, Abran, the associate director of 5G EdTech Challenge, and then I would be hiring personal trainers, experienced dog trainers, experienced kennel and daycare staff, cafe workers, cleaning staff, and guest services representatives. So the main team is me and my mom. I have plenty of vet assistant year experience. I graduated from Rutgers in 2022, and I've been working for my mom since I've been like 13 or 14 at our family business of dog boarding and grooming, so I know plenty about dogs. And then any prize money awarded would be going towards securing the location of our new business, gym equipment, and legal fees. That's it. Thanks.
First off, wonderful job.
Thank you.
And as someone who wants a pet but travels too much, I steal my parents' one. I'm loving this already.
Thank you.
I guess the question I have for you is on the marketing side, looking at why don't you see places like Greenleaf Pet Resort or those longer-term daycares and things like that as competition? Why do you see more as the Jersey Strongs and things like
has nothing to do with you being there. So you could drop your dog off and not see your dog all day and do whatever you want, but the whole idea behind it is you spending more quality time with your dog. Thanks.
Question. How did you gauge the actual interest? Because you said you were 150 members the first year. Your demographics show that that it's out there as a possibility, but how have you gone asking? Do you see that that's other than the demographics being able to afford what you're
Yes.
proposing? How have you gauged your interest?
Pretty much any person I brought my idea up to, they're like, oh my God, that's a really good idea. It seems interested. I mean, I know a lot of people will join a gym just because they're curious and then leave it because the hype is over. But I think most people with pets or dogs treat them like children, and if it's a high-end facility and they're not disappointed, they'll be happy there and not want to leave.
Can I ask a second question? You also mentioned that your mom, you have a family business that does the daycare. You've done that for a long time. Is this going to be in association with that business? So are you worried about the competition from the already existing business?
So the already existing business is pretty much just boarding, daycare, and grooming, and the market that I'm going for is more upscale than what we have. We have very basic what people need when they drop their dog off.
Are they worried about the competition?
No. They're gonna support me.
You mentioned you want to build the location. Why build and not rent first?
I don't have a preference. I just happened to find a property that I was interested in Colts Neck that I would like to add on to, but I wouldn't be against leasing something that's already there.
And would this be a build-up model towards like a franchise level later on, or is it just
I'm
proving
not
concept and growing?
Yeah, I'm not against it, but I think it's just a new idea, so I don't know how much interest people would have to buy the business and franchise it.
Are you betting on customers that will sign up and not show up?
I think some, but I don't think a huge majority, especially because they're paying for so much. But like, I've done some polls on people who go to Lifetime because it is quite expensive, and I know a lot of people will go multiple times a week because they're paying that much, and I know people who will not go for 3 weeks at a time and be like, well, too bad. I'm like, okay. So.
I think your pricing is very competitive. I love your presentation.
Thank you.
Covered every single, I have a million questions back here. And you answered every single one.
Thank you.
I was concerned about the veterinary help, dropping off your pet, the dog being on the treadmill. Are they going to get overexerted? Who's monitoring all that?
So I do work at the vet, and I would take on a vet to work with me, like as an on-call vet for any emergencies that would happen. And I did have that in my.
You didn't have that.
No, I didn't have it on here, but
Person though, that was great.
what was that?
You mentioned a person who
Yes.
was there, well vetted in the,
Yes.
that industry.
Yeah, Tammy. She is a vet tech who's been working for at least 15 years as a technician, but I would want a vet on call for me, and I did put that in the pricing of everything.
That's great. Great
Thank you.
presentation.
Thank you.
Probably one last question. Do you see a demand of your product in the market?
I do. I think there's a lot of people that have high energy dogs that cannot spend 3 hours a day walking their dog, and that have dogs that will destroy their house because they're left home alone for hours and literally are willing to give up their dog or put their dog down because of it. So I think the treadmills and the dog getting the exercise is the biggest thing that will be bringing people in.
And when you launch the mobile side of it, would that start looking into other furry friends?
Like cats.
Cats? I don't know, we could have hamsters.
I mean, I'm not against it, but I think they would have to have their own vehicle.
Okay,
But yeah,
because then there's also issues with that.
lots of dogs don't like cats.
Okay, thank you, Maddie.
Thank you.
And our next presenter, Gianna. And Gianna has Lady Leo Estate Sales.
All right, so my name, oh, I'm so glad this is here because last time I had this in one hand and I couldn't talk with my hands. So, all right, so my business is Lady Leo Estate Sales. I'm Gianna. So Lady Leo Estate Sales, where smooth transitions become fresh beginnings. Okay, so everybody knows someone, or maybe even some of yourselves in the audience, who have had to deal with the burden of inheriting their parents' stuff, and a lot of the times, the children really don't want to keep the majority of it. So basically, to get rid of it, you have four main options. You can host a garage or estate sale yourself. You can choose to throw out or donate everything yourself. You can hire someone to haul everything away for you, or you can hire an estate sale company to take care of the problem for you. Okay, so basically, if you don't know what an estate sale is, they're essentially yard sales on steroids. Instead of just like shopping in your driveway and the garage area, they actually go into the home and shop the contents of the home. What an estate sale company does is it essentially takes the condition of like whatever state the house is in, like that first picture, and turn it into a more shoppable experience like the second picture. And we do all of the things on this list, from the initial consult and planning to the post-sale support and what happens to the stuff that didn't sell at the estate sale. So Monmouth and Ocean County have a 10% higher median age range than the state of New Jersey and the entirety of the United States. Additionally, population growth of adults over 50 has gone up in the past 5 years, and there's also been high revenue growth in the trust and estate industry over the past 5 years. So basically what that essentially means is the baby boomer generation is getting older, and they're just preparing for that next stage of life. My target market is essentially individuals 65 plus that are downsizing, moving into assisted living, such as like with family or into a facility, or they're relocating. Also, I'm targeting their children that are usually like 35 to 50 because they would be handling the estate. And then geographically, I'm focusing on Monmouth, Middlesex, and Ocean counties. Okay, so direct competition, right away you see that like pretty much all estate sale companies pretty much do the same thing. The key to stand out is with differentiation. So the three big things I'm doing to differentiate myself is that first day, everything's negotiable. A lot of estate sale companies will have very rigid pricing. So, and then also have options available for what happens to the stuff at the end of the sale. Such as like helping them with donations or maybe like setting up an auction. And 61% of estate sale companies in New Jersey do not offer auctions as an option to their clients. So, and then lastly, being environmentally conscious, I would like do everything in my power to not put anything in the garbage. I notice like that happens a lot at the end of estate sales, like everything just gets thrown in a pod for garbage, and that really stresses me out. So I would not be doing that if within my power. Indirect competition is basically junk removal companies. So basically, they're hauling the stuff away for you, and you're paying them to haul the stuff away for you, potentially thousands of dollars. Whereas an estate sale company, potentially they could be handing you a check for like thousands of dollars. Okay, management team, it's pretty much gonna be a family affair. There's me, the owner, estate sale manager, project manager. I have 7 years of reselling experience. Then there's my dad, Lou, who's operations and sales. Basically, he's gonna be negotiating and pricing. And that's basically because of his 30 years experience with reselling and 10 years of antique industry knowledge. And then my mom, Gina, she's gonna be an estate sale team member and deal with all the organizing, photographing, writing descriptions, all that good stuff. My advisory board is Dr. Jacqueline and Mary Edelman. Both of them have very extensive knowledge in helping small businesses get going, so happy to have them in my corner, especially starting out. Marketing strategies are social media, particularly Instagram and Facebook, because those you could like really get hyper local with compared to some of the other ones. Estate sale websites such as estatesales.net and Auction Ninja. Probate letters to properties in probate court, sending them out to the estate controllers to see if they need help cleaning out the contents of the home, and then estate attorneys and referrals. I've had 3 paying clients so far, and they've all been referrals. So, as far as business potential goes, there's 170,000 65 plus households across the 3 counties I'm planning to work in. And out of those 170,000, 1,700 would be the target to get based on the 1% rule, which is basically just a conservative measure of what your market share would be. Obviously, I'm not going to do 1,700 estate sales in a year. I think the biggest estate sale companies in the area do like 200 to 300 tops because it takes so much manpower to do an estate sale. So yeah, my goal is 24, and basically that number is just telling me that that's very viable. So milestones, I had my first estate sale in 2018. I established the company this year so we could advertise more. Like I previously mentioned, I have 3 paying customers, and I've invested $2,000 so far. Okay, so financial projections based on a $6,500 opportunity. Basically, I took the 3 paying clients, averaged out the gross sales, and got this, excuse me, 6,500 number. So first year, I'm planning to do 2 a month, which the revenue would be around 62,000. Second year, I want to do 4 a month, and the revenue would be around 125,000. You'll probably notice right away that the gross margin does go down in year 2, and that's because I had to add some staffing and also a bookkeeper. So that's why those expenses really jump in year 2. So if I do get the opportunity to use any of the funding money, I would use it towards advertising, labor, and liability insurance, just because those are my biggest expenses. So to sum it all up, we should be successful because I'm working with an experienced management team with estate sales and related industries. We're on track to generate $35,000 in net income in the first year. And there's a large growing market, meaning that like in the state of New Jersey and in Monmouth and Ocean counties, there's that higher curve of older people compared to nationally. So, yeah.
I have a question for you. Great presentation, thank you, and I know this is completely necessary. I just experienced this with a neighbor. Her mom passed away, and she was left with all of this stuff that she just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's the most overwhelming part.
Right. So my question is, you mentioned that you're going to negotiate. So you're different from other companies because you negotiate, right? So do other companies not negotiate?
So the way a lot of other companies operate is they'll like have prices firm first day. And then like the last day of the sale, everything will be 50 off, which to me, like that means people are going to go the last day. Like you want everybody to come every day, you know, like not anticipate when a certain sale is going to happen.
Okay, thank you. And the next question was, you said you don't throw anything away. So two-part question. One is, at the end of the sale, how are you getting rid of the rest of what's left over in the house? Do you have a truck?
So depending on what's left, we could do an auction, and that could generate them maybe like a few extra $100,000. Or we could help them with donations. So basically just help them like bag everything up. But the actual part of like taking it to like a Goodwill or something, I'm still figuring out, but that's basically the idea.
I guess my question comes from the industry in general. You mentioned a lot of national companies on there, and then for your industry, there was a lot of local businesses. Is it primarily a one-on-one kind of local business type industry, or are there national, you mentioned the websites like Auction Now,
So that's basically like where you just go to promote it.
So you go to promote your company on there.
Right, you promote it's basically like, I don't know how familiar you are with real estate, but it's essentially like an MLS for estate sales.
So that's kind of answering my question, where like it's more of a personalized type of business anyway, but you're adding that extra level of negotiation.
Right.
Question, when you go to these places, sometimes you see things that are extremely valuable, which the homeowner, whoever's in the estate sale, have no knowledge. How do you address those items?
So that's a very case-by-case basis. There are some people, like I said, my dad has like a lot of knowledge and connections and stuff, so we would have someone like come in and see what they value it at, and maybe it would go to like a big auction house if it's really worth a lot of money, or have somebody come in that specifically like buys that kind of stuff, if that makes sense.
Would you be facilitating the work with the bigger auction houses? Or would you say to your client, this one's really big, you need to contact Sotheby's?
Yeah, I would probably dish it out at that point, because I couldn't be of service to them. They could, of course, you know, like call me for any advice or anything, but probably just dish it out.
And you mentioned about the auctions too, and I looked to Jennifer because we've had similar conversations in the past, but is there something with auctions in New Jersey that they're not able to do it? Is that why they're not doing it, or is it, or if you're not sure, that's okay.
What do you mean?
Are they not able to do auctions in like the state of New Jersey?
You are. Yeah, it's basically like a third party selling service like an eBay or something like that.
I'm talking more
You
about.
might be talking about, I think you're talking about the licensing to auction.
Oh no, it's not like an auctioneer. It's really mainly like a bidding service, like an eBay, essentially.
Thank you.
So you need to be licensed to be able
To be an auctioneer,
but not to do what you do.
right?
You might have to get permits from local towns also.
Yes, to host like I know like Rumson and the richer towns, you require like a permit to host the estate sale. So
They're fairly inexpensive though as far as your bottom line, right?
probably, yeah,
Probably for $100 each.
something like that, yeah.
And do you have any plans to work with some of the nonprofits in the area so that when you have this stuff to bag up to be donated, you actually have a better idea of who needs what? So that you're really able to not only, so I know you don't want to leave a pile of garbage, but to make it really efficient and that the stuff is going to where it's needed most.
You know, I haven't put too much thought into that, but that's a really good idea. I'll consider it more.
Wasn't supposed to do that, but.
Thank you very much.
The next presenter up is Amber. Here. We're good?
All right. Hello, sharks. No, but hello, everyone. My name's Amber Hager, and I'm the business owner of Down the Shore Designs. We specialize in custom apparel by order. So the reason I actually got into this industry all starts in April of 2023 when I first joined the Innovation Network right here at Brookdale. At that time, our president was looking for custom t-shirts for an upcoming Earth Day event, and that's when we ran into 3 big issues. The first one we ran into was when she went to go on Custom Ink, and she found out it was going to take about a month for the shirts to be delivered, which just wasn't an option since our event was in about 2 weeks. So then she decided to call a few local print shops, and that's when she ran into issue number 2. And that is, she called them up, and she was looking for 15 t-shirts, and they told her they had to order a minimum of 24. So we didn't need 24, but we went ahead with the quote anyway just to see, and that's when we ran into issue number 3. At the end of the quote, she saw a bunch of fees stacked at the bottom, setup fees, which just made it totally unrealistic for us to afford, especially with the small budget, clubs have and for 1 year. So that's what inspired me to get into this industry and see how I could fix these issues so that people don't have to ever experience what we went through. So I just went into our 3 big issues. There's an industry high minimum order, there's expensive setup fees, and there's slow turnaround. So what Down the Shore Designs does different is we actually get rid of all 3 of these. At Down the Shore Designs, we have an order minimum of 1, we have setup fees of 0, and we have a turnaround time on average of about 7 days. The additional value we bring to the table is by knocking down these high minimum order barriers, we allow people to express themselves both affordably and effectively. We also offer a wide range of transfer options as well as garment options to cater to everyone's unique style. And we also, whether you're coming to us with a fully done design or just a vision, our job is to make that vision come to life on something stylish and physical that you can represent. Here are some designs I've recently done. So I do have those capabilities as well, which is a little edge we have in the market compared to some stores who just only take designs you already have. We believe that custom apparel should be accessible to everyone so that you can further your brand visibility as well as your personal expression. So this is where the magic begins. These are the different types of transfers that we use at Down the Shore Designs. Well, the way that we can get around all these issues and add additional value is by our method of production. So typical screen printers, that's like the industry standard I'm going off of. So this is how we do it differently. We do it with heat transfer vinyl. Oh, hold up. And here's some options. So by using heat transfer vinyl, that allows us to work around the minimum as well as the setup fees and the delivery time. So some examples here, and also up there, we have the puff transfer, which is a newer type of style that we offer. We also have glow in the dark, which is popular, for like kids' parties or anything like that. Well, any reason, but. We also have neon, and I wasn't able to get it, but we typically have sparkly too. It's right there on the presentation. And lastly, well, not lastly, this is full color design. And then now this is the lastly. This is my favorite one. So the one I'm talking about is the DTF gang sheet. As you see, it's typically in a bigger, like 12 by 22 inch sheet. And this allows us to only order 1 to 3 shirts and still keep it affordable for everyone. So I upload the image to the 12 by 22 inch, order it, cut it, press it, and that keeps expenses low for both sides. So this is part of it. This is just a simple 1 color design, but this is the material. But then it also has capabilities to do fine line work, very detailed work, as well as extremely detailed work. It's hard to see, but this is a very realistic photo of someone's dog. But that's some of the capabilities that DTF designs have. Now, let's get into our target market. Our target market is local businesses, as well as school team athletics and clubs, and individuals looking for custom apparel. We target these markets through direct online sales through our website. When you go onto our website, you're greeted with past work and customer testimonials, as well as an easy-to-use contact form where you just put down your name, email, and message, and we'll get back to you through email very shortly to follow up on your inquiry. I also mentioned we're very active, oh no I didn't, but we're active on social medias, mainly Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Feel free to follow at Down the Shore Designs. And we use social media to grow our brand visibility and try to reach new target markets. Lastly, we engage in the community, which I think is extremely important. I recently just interned at Eastern Monmouth Area Chamber of Commerce, and I still regularly attend their events. And I also just recently started volunteering at New Jersey Blind Citizens Association. So I'm a firm believer that building strong relationships within your community is the key to having a successful business. So here's our competitive analysis. Like I mentioned before, the green is my company, Down the Shore Designs, DTS. It shows the garment minimum is typically 12 to 24. I don't know what downloaded like that, but it's typically 12 to 24 garments, whether you're screen printing or doing DTG, which is direct to garment, whereas I offer just 1 as a minimum. Same thing for the setup fees. Most of my competitors are doing anywhere between $20 to $60 per setup fee, whereas I offer 0. And finally, most of my competitors ask for the full 2 weeks, whereas I only ask for 1. Now let's get into our finances. I've been running for a year, so I was actually able to provide real revenue to show you how I got these patterns and how I'm showing my future projections. As of right now, I have generated $2,433 in revenue, and as of right now, I also am estimated to make $2,093 for next July. These are real numbers based on orders I'm either in the middle of or talking about for next month. So that's a pretty big jump. Obviously, I don't expect to make a year's worth of revenue next July, but it's just clear to see that there is seasonality in this industry, and that's why there is growth in the chart, but it does dip down during the off season. So with that in mind, I estimate that I'll make around $13,600 in 1 year, starting today, and another jump around next July, which would be around $3,000. That's like where I'll peak next year. So if given $2,500, this is how I'd be able to spend it. I would be able to buy a Silhouette Cameo as well as an HP Envy printer. These two combined, I would be able to start selling stickers. Using a similar formula that I did to the clothing projections, I estimate that I'd be able to make around $3,200 per year. And the next thing I would purchase is an embroidery machine, which is probably the biggest market I need to get into. I've already had plenty of questions about if I can do embroidery. So that's why that one has a bigger estimated revenue for this year. So the initial investment would be $1,400, and I estimate I would generate around $6,800. And the last one I have is a $350 hat heat press, and I estimate I'll get around $2,680 in 1 year. That's assuming I can make around 10 to 15 hat sales per month with like a slow growth of like 5% throughout the year. So all in all, these 3 new streams of revenue would produce around $12,680 or over a 500% return on investment in 1 year for that initial $2,500 investment, and nearly double the revenue I'm projecting for how I'm operating currently. So lastly, we have our team. I have to give a big thanks to Paul Rinaldi. He's my personal business mentor. He's been there every step of the way for my crazy amount of tax questions and questions revolving around this pitch. I also have my industry mentor, Denise Grania. Same exact thing. Anytime I have a question relating to this industry, she's on it. And in general, I'd like to give a shout out to all of the New Jersey Small Business Development Center business consultants. They are a blessing to work with. I wouldn't be up here without them. So thank you. Go easy on me.
I'm actually super impressed by your presentation. But I did have a question.
Yes.
So, having been in this situation where I've had the stacks of fees and needing time to get t-shirts done,
Yeah.
and I don't have the lead time. So I love that you're addressing those major issues. My question is, how are you in price comparison when you're only requiring 1 shirt? Do you stock them and you have them, or do you like do what I would do, which is go to AC Moore, which is around anymore, and buy 1 t-shirt and do it? How do you manage your stock expenses to what your markup and all of that?
Great question. So for now, I've currently only had bulk orders, so I've been able to, order on a bulk website and get over my $200 and get free shipping, and that's how I like to operate. Maybe I'll grab a couple extra. I only try to get like black and white large and extra large because I don't like extra stock is what I'm getting at. I've personally never done a single sale yet. If that's the case, I would try to line it up with other orders so I can get free shipping on it. If not, yeah, it'd be easier to go to Michael's or something for $5 instead of spending $15 on shipping. So that's probably what I would do, but that only changes the price of the shirt by $2 or $3. So I think people expect to pay a little more if you're only buying 1 to 3 shirts, so.
Thank you.
So let's say it's extremely competitive market.
Yeah.
Extremely, very, very. Give an example. If I order 10 t-shirts, single color, stamp, basic, what is your profit on it?
So like this, front and back, or even just front. I would charge, you said, how many did you say?
Just 10.
10, okay. So realistically, that would cost me around 30 for the shirts, assuming like maybe 10, 15 for shipping. The transfers would cost me about 30 because they're is a $25 minimum, but that's not a setup fee. Or I would do the DT. It's hard to say because I could also do the DTF gang sheet I was talking about, and that may be cheaper. But let's just round up and say it does cost me $30 for the transfers, another $10 for shipping. So what are we at? $70, $80. So that's $8 my cost. My industry mentor, she always did 200, 300% markup. I've looked up that screen printers only get 20 to 50%. I'm unsure how that's their only markup because that's such a big difference between mine. What I'm saying, I'm still trying to figure out my pricing, but I think I could do a solid double, so charge you like $15, and that's still good money for me, and I'd say pretty affordable for you for like 20 t-shirts.
And have you looked up with these setup, oh, I'm sorry, you go ahead. With these setup fees that some of the bigger companies or other companies have, because I know a lot of entrepreneurs that start businesses like this too. Are they going, when you say setup fee, is that going to shipping? Is it going to the bottom line? Is it helping the business with larger orders? How does that compare? Because it's a great model to go out and say, yes, this is what we're doing, and that's incredible. But with everything going on with the junk fees, right, with airlines right now, is it a junk fee, or is it something that actually is helping them?
The only junk fee I'd say there is, which is debatable, is on Custom Ink, there's, it's funny, they say like 2 weeks, but then they're like 1 week rush free, and obviously like a 3-day rush fee, but it's insane. It's like 50%. You know, you'd think it's just, you know, I don't know, actually know what standard rush fee is, but that's the only junk one I'd say. I didn't look into a lot of e-commerce. I know there is plenty of bulk t-shirts there. They're not the ones I was talking about with setup fees. It's more so screen printers with the screens, because every single screen they need, I think it costs them around $30 to $40, but they're able to recycle it. So it kind of is a silly fee because they get most of their money back, but you don't get any of your money back. So I'm not 100% sure of what screen printers do, but that's mainly what I was going off of because I find that they mainly are the industry, and they're the ones charging the screen fees and sometimes fee with the artwork, but that's a given because, you know, but I don't know if that answers your question.
Appreciate it. No, all good.
I love your presentation. I love your design.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. Are you a graphic artist?
No.
Do you have a team of graphic designers?
No, I mean, I'm doing all this, but I'm not a graphic designer.
Well, I guess you are now.
Thank you.
Really, really good job. I have the issue of getting t-shirts too. It's
Yeah.
very, very costly. I have conferences every year, and every year I say I'm going to find a better place, a better price.
Yeah.
And I know them all.
Yeah.
And but you're talking about your cost being $8. Is that including your screen print? Because that's very, very low.
Yeah.
In addition to your shipping, because you're buying your t-shirts in bulk.
Yeah.
Right? Are you covering your? Is it free shipping? You said free shipping.
When I get over $200 worth of clothes, which is most of the time, it is free shipping. If not, it's only like $15. Oh.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next up is Nicole.
Hi, my name is Nicole. I am the owner of the Bibliolator, so I'm a bookseller and prop apothecary. So in our day-to-day lives, we need escape from daily routine. Most of us, we have a job, we get up, do our job, go home. It can be, especially for the younger generation, we're all very online, and as they say, chronically online. And sometimes that gets a little boring and there's only so much you can do, so we need an escape. We are lacking, I think, in our day-to-day world of these unique experiences and something that's engaging. Quite frankly, we are lacking in a third space category, which is that not work, not particularly home, but that in-between space that doesn't necessarily cost you a whole ton of money for you to hang out and spend time and meet other people. So my solution is I have some curated book experiences with some added treats. I have vintage books with unique ephemera. It's just got an air of nostalgia to it. And I have these apothecary-style bottles with some fantasy elements. My market opportunity is, for the most part, fantasy lovers, book enthusiasts, and actually a lot of collectors. Mostly, these people are coming from the Renaissance fairs. There are 3 that are most central to our area, which are Tuxedo, New York, Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, and New Jersey. Now, being here in Monmouth County, just in New Jersey in general, I'm in a very central location, so both come down to the New Jersey Renaissance Fair, and you can reach a decent amount of people. So the market size is around 350,000 people a year just to these events. So I currently vend at these events. Our biggest is in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Ren Fair sees about 250,000 people per year per their season, and it's about 13 weekends, depending on the year. And with those markets, I have a decent markup as people come, buy my booth, and they buy my products. So it costs me about $1.35 to make the bottles that I will show you. The judges have with them $1.35, depending on the size of the bottle, the style. I charge anywhere from $10 to $30, and then my profit's about $8.65 to $28.65. The vintage book bundles are my best seller. It takes me about $20 to put them together. I charge $40, and that makes me a $20 profit. And then I have the pre-loved blind date with a book, which reuses a book that's been used and comes with little things alongside it that it takes $10 to put together, and I charge $25 with a profit of $15. Now, that's what this looks like. It's got a book, and on the side, there's a little bundle. I have a tea packet, a bookmark, and some stickers, and each one is decorated for just a feeling of mystery, but also this nostalgic, the brown paper and the wax seal that people really are drawn to. My best sellers are the vintage book bundles. So in here I have a vintage book printed anywhere from 1850 to 1960, wrapped, decorated, and each of these envelopes, there's 3 of them. There's any kinds of ephemera and trinkets, things from old postcards, photos, skeleton keys, currency, and the like. And I put them together myself. I hand wrap and decorate each and every one. The stamp is made by me as well. I've got my potions. As you can see, I have an assortment of them. And as mentioned earlier, it takes me about $1.35 to make each of them. I produce them by hand, each and every one. And the prices will vary based on the appearance, the popularity, and the size. So currently my market strategy is I go to these events. I attend Renaissance fairs. I will look to craft fairs in the future. Obviously, I cater to the audience depending on where I am. I will sell different products. I have different promotions. So for example, I do have my best-selling potion is a little one that costs me, the $1.35 to make. I charge $10 each, but for a set of 5, I sell them for $40. And for the most part, I had people buying sets rather than just the individual bottle. And then, of course, the more traditional nowadays, the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X, and the like. I do have a few competitors, other booksellers, and handmade craft vendors, for the most part, are my mainstream competitors. And there are, believe it or not, other people who sell decorative potion bottles. But I will say there's only probably a few of them, and we all differ greatly. So what's unique about me in comparison to those book vendors and other craft vendors is I have a thematic and immersive product experience. I customize each and every product that I make, and I come up with every idea by myself. Of course, I've got a good market to let me know what they're into, which is the greatest part about being at the fairs is you get a lot of feedback. I hear a lot of, I'd love to see this, I'd love to see this. And typically, because of the nature of what I do, it is very easy for me to customize that and make it to the taste of the person. And these other potion sellers, as much as we may sell similar things, I have the books that they don't, and I have my brand that they do not have. So currently, my sales and traction I did the New Jersey Renaissance Fair most recently. It was a 4-weekend event. My best day, I had about $1,700 in revenue, and then on my worst day, about $700. But the average stuck to about $1,000. Over 4 weekends, I made about $9,000. Now, the problem with these events, or the benefit, is that the sales are variable. So things like weather, because they're outdoors, the day of the week, so usually they're Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays you see a little bit more volume than on the Sundays, and on rainier days, of course, you see just a little bit less people than those more comfortable mid-weather, mid-temperature days. And the biggest thing here in my numbers personally is that even with my best day at 1,700, that was the only day that I was able to have a full stock, because it was such a successful event that I actually ran out of product most days. So on that worst day, I sold out of product. I physically could not make any more money. So those numbers will be very different with more, I hesitate to call them mass-produced because they are handmade, but more produced, overly produced products. So on my team, there's me, my sole owner and operator. I have a passion for books and for fantasies. I am the curator and the creator of each and every product. Of course, I would like to have somebody by my side, somebody that I can train to help me out with those, but the creative is all from me. And I have event experience, as I've been both attending and working these events for a little bit now. On my advisory board, I have the lovely Paul Rinaldi, who was incredibly helpful on these past 10 weeks. We had Abran, who was a huge help in putting together those little technical things that a lot of us don't consider as we are very young and starting out in these businesses. My very good friend, Gus Carlson, he owns a business of his own. He's a vendor at the Renaissance Fair, has been doing this for about 15 years now. And so he's kind of taken me under his wing and helped me out through the steps. And Jesse as well from 3D to You, an incredible man who has helped me with the more technical business side that a lot of the vendors don't typically talk about. He's actually been doing this, I want to say, about 20 years. For my financial projections, because I want to expand my presence at the fairs, and I plan to increase my sales through marketing efforts. What was an average $1,000 a day, if I had all of my products, they could have possibly all been minimum $1,500 days. So with my next steps, I plan on using this platform to catapult me into what I would like as a bookstore cafe, which will encourage community where I can support local artists and really just bring people together. With the use of funds, if I was privileged to get the funds today, I would like to purchase more of my resources in bulk for future events and hire a social media marketing expert.
So I won't make you give us what's in the potion. I'll let that be a secret. But I am curious, because I do have friends that are going out to these fairs, and I guess my question, and you kind of addressed it towards the end there, I personally have only gone to the fairs if I'm with a friend, but if I want to support them during the holiday season or on shoulder seasons, are there online ways that you can make this a year-round rather than a seasonal type opportunity?
Yes. So right now, I am a very small, as you can see, for the most part, one-woman show. And so I have to focus my attentions on these individual events. But as I make money at these events, I can hire help. And that's going to help me have more time and resources to get into the, I want to call it e-commerce. Well, right. The e-commerce side of it, which is things like having my own website and, at least for the start, things like Etsy. But that's kind of being phased out. People are preferring to have their own online businesses right now. But like I said, it eventually would ideally be a year-long thing. So it wouldn't strictly be at fairs.
And are your prices comparable in the sense of to the other vendors, or if you see something like on Pinterest Marketplace, something like that?
It is very difficult to find exactly what I make. I will say that the book bundles, for example, the blind date with a book, my prices are comparable. They're typically going to be a little bit lower than my competitors, but those are brand new books, whereas mine are pre-loved, used books. So my cost of acquiring them is also much lower.
So my question is, I know you have to go out and source your books, right? Because you said you have some vintage books, et cetera. So these are really giftable items. I wouldn't even want to open that, it's so pretty.
I get that a lot.
So when the person is purchasing the book, you then wrap it? Is that how it works?
Nope. So the concept is that it is a mystery. You do not know what's in it. So the blind date with a book is a concept that's relatively recent, that the book is wrapped and you have just a few points on what the book is. The idea is to not judge the book by its cover. So you get a general genre or something, and then you get to pick based on that, and half the fun is the mystery. Whereas these vintage book bundles, they're less for reading and more for collecting, decorating. As I say to my customers when they ask, you're more than welcome to read it. Once you buy it, it's yours. But they are very old books, and a lot of them are antiques. And so to preserve the composition of the book itself, typically they're just decorations.
Thank you. So what's inside?
So that's actually very simple, my original formula. So there's water, vegetable glycerin, and mica powder. Now, depending on the potion, there's a different, there's also, of course, coloring, but the ratio will vary based on what I'm making.
How do you use this?
You don't. So they're decorative. If you give it a shake for me, I tell people that a lot. No. Yeah, you got to be a little bit more aggressive than that. But if you shake it, they're like sensory bottles, so they're decorative. So they shimmer and yeah. They're also used a lot in live action role play as props and tabletop games. To a lot of people.
People open them.
Yes.
I heard that question, but I didn't quite get the answer.
So I get that a lot. And the answer is yes, people do open them. But I am, because I've heard that so much, planning on coming up with a version with maybe some styrofoam and some cardboard that is a strictly decorative, lower priced version to keep just the way that it is. Yes, because like I said, what's really great about being a direct consumer vendor, the way that I am, is that people give me feedback. Whether they're buying or not, I hear why they're buying and why they're not buying. And so that is feedback that I receive very much.
Important question is, I love Snow White. Is this harmful? Let's say a child opening drinks.
So what I usually tell people is good luck opening it. They are sealed shut, glued. I have multiple manners of sealing it shut, so they're very, very difficult to open. But even if they are opened, the ingredients, vegetable glycerin may not be comfortable for your stomach, but it certainly won't kill you.
Now, are there Facebook or, sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Your name is Arlene, right?
Yes, it is. Okay, so hello everybody. My name's Arlene Munoz, and I am the founder of Arlene's Petals. Arlene's Petals is a flower wall and flower decor company, all handcrafted with artificial flowers by me. The goal of my business, whether I have a shop or if I have a space to work, I want to be the company that you would go to for all flower needs, whether it's a stunning centerpiece for your dining room table, or if you need a spring wreath, a Christmas garland, or your wedding ceremony arrangements, whether it's fresh or artificial. And yeah, so you may wonder why flower walls? Well, it gives me a good opportunity to start somewhere. While having a flower wall, I don't need like a big space. I make just one wall, and I can deliver it and get it. So let Arlene's Petals be the brand to brighten up your everyday room, take your event to a different level, and be the gift someone will cherish. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. It's on the wrong one. Like this is something else. Maybe if you X that one out. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so you need a flower wall. Hold on. Okay, so it improves your event experience. It will give your event a strong, story and a theme. So the flower walls that I have, so the first wall will be, this is a sample. So it's kind of like this. It won't be this material for the roll-up wall, but this is what it's kind of going to look like. And so these pieces, the pink ones, I don't have the frame with me. I bought it, but I don't have it with me. It's huge. You just remove the pink flowers, and then I would basically get my other color. And it has Velcro right here, so I could take it off. So I'm going to do that quickly. Right there, just took it off. And then I put it right in the spot, and there it is. So it's good. Yep. Okay. It's a photo attraction. So our generation, I mean, everybody takes photos. Instagram is a big thing. So it would be a perfect place to take photos, and also social media exposure. So having a flower backdrop will allow us to take photos and post it on social media. And even for companies like bars or restaurants, people will post like they're at, like, let's say, a bar or a restaurant. So that's like almost like free advertising for companies. And then it gives a luxury look. Okay, so this is kind of like what I want to do. So over here, this is my petite wall. I'm going to be having 2 packages, which is going to be blooms and balloons. So the way that I want to like differentiate, I cannot say that word, sorry. The way that I want to stand out different from other companies is I want to incorporate balloons. And the balloons that I will be doing, I also can put like little flowers on it, so it'll be like decorative balloons too. And okay, so yeah, so this one, the pink one, this one is an 8x4, and then this one's an 8x8, and then the balloon garlands, it is an 8-foot balloon garland, and then this one, it's supposed to be an 8-foot balloon garland, but it's a little more, so that would be like a 9. Okay, so my business model, so the rental fees includes the charges for delivery, setup, and custom design consultations. So this depends if like they want like decorative things on the balloons and stuff. It will cost them a little bit more. So I will be delivering all the flower walls in my car. So that's also why I have like a 2-piece roll-up wall so it can fit in my car. So it'll be $2.28 per mile because I also have, it's almost like 4 trips. So I go over there, come back. So yeah, so that's the price for the standard wall. It would be $350, and then for half of the wall it would be $175. The balloon garlands will vary, so someone may want more than an 8-foot garland, so it will cost a little more. And then the ones I just showed you, the petite and the luxe, these are the prices for that, and that's like one set price. And then we have the add-on services. So I also want to incorporate also neon signs. So. Okay, so my target market. So I want to target the event planners and wedding coordinators. I want to subcontract with venues. So I want to contact venues and they can almost like market my flower wall. And we could have an agreement. I can give them some commission if they get me clients and stuff. So these are the people that will be hosting the weddings, parties, corporate events and baby showers. I'm sorry, not hosting. They're actual venues. And then I also want to target individuals planning special occasions, which that one can be like the same thing: weddings and gender reveals, birthday parties, and also bars and restaurants. So the market size. So there are 150 venues in New Jersey. There's 102 wedding venues that are in Monmouth County. There's 2,380 bars in New Jersey as of June 15, 2024, and New Jersey had more than 49 weddings in 2023. Gen Z is starting to have babies. In a few years, they're actually going to be the first-time parents. So competition are going to be other flower wall companies, photo booth companies, fabric, drapes, and themed backgrounds, backdrop companies, but the way that I want to stand out is by incorporating the balloons. So, because like some people have to go to a balloon company and a flower wall company, so having both can have someone come to me for the whole backdrop. Okay, so I did some research actually in Monmouth County to see all the venues. So I found all these venues, and there's a lot more. This is what I could fit in here, but so the names, the locations, the numbers, the emails, and the capacity. So maybe I can get on the phone, call some of these companies. I'm only gonna have one flower wall to start with. Eventually, I wanna have more flower walls. So I don't wanna be too busy yet until I have more flower walls. Okay, so my sales strategy. My direct sales will be through business websites and social media platforms. So that's like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and the Nextdoor app, which if you know what that is, it's like an application where, so it's like, sorry, I'm playing it. So like your neighborhood. So when you sign up, you have to put where you live, like in the town you live in. So like for me, I put Asbury Park. So I'm like, it just tells me everything that's happening at Asbury Park. So partnerships, collaborations with event planners, venues, and other event services. So that would be subcontracting. And then I would want to attend to trade shows a little later down the road. Okay. So my management team, I'll be the one. So I do have a floriculture certification. I have actually competed in Horror Expo with 5 different arrangements with fresh and artificial flower work. These 2 that I made are both artificial flowers. And then my advisory board is Paul Rinaldi, thank you very much, and Abran, who's helped a lot. Okay. So my milestones. So the first year, I would love to get onto the neon signs, the balloon garlands. I would hope to invest onto a second flower wall. I hope I can recoup the initial investment, establish partnerships with venues. Eventually, I hope if I make more flower walls, I can even leave my flower wall there, and they can keep reusing it. Year 2, invest into a 3rd or 4th flower wall, purchase a storage unit, start selling flower decor items such as garlands, centerpiece, and wreath. Develop a small-scale online presence to support sales of flower decor, attend local trade shows. Year 3, more products, expand to wedding arrangements and event. And I would love to hire someone else, a 1099, to help me out in peak seasons. And I'll have more products like seasonal home decor, limited edition to keep it more exciting. And then year 4, focus on growing online sales and improve e-commerce. Okay. Okay. Let's just keep going. Okay. So, you know what? I have 30 seconds. Okay. So if I win the first prize, I will purchase a second wall with the framing, which allows me to do 2 events in the weekends, which I can even go more hard on this. I purchased the framing. I've gotten everything. The only thing I don't have is the flowers, because I've bought flowers from okay. I've bought a lot of flowers, so I'm still experimenting. Thank you.
I would like to ask you a question. Could you
Okay,
let
I need
us
this.
know real briefly?
Okay.
I'm going to give you that opportunity.
Thank you so much.
What's your markup?
Okay, well, so right now, for one flower wall, this includes everything, the framing, the roll-up, backdrop, it would be 2,500. So right over here, I have like the 15 events. This is how much I would make. With my half walls, I actually would be making more money. It is gonna be a little more expensive, but so I mean, it kind of like depends. I don't know exactly like how much we're making. Yeah.
What's your cost minus what you're going to make? Because this is a one-time cost where you.
It is like a one-time cost.
What about all the different flowers and colors and stuff that you.
Oh wait, yeah. So the first flower wall is going to only have basically like 2 different colors. It's going to be blue and pink, and then like I'll have the white flowers, and then eventually my other flower walls. I might do maybe another one like this, but I want to have like different themes. A lot of like flower companies, they have like a spring fling, and then it'll be like a cute like different type of design. I want to like kind of go for that too.
So they're not customized per event.
They're not like, I kind of wanted the balloon garland to be that like customized. Yeah. But I want the wall to kind of be more like it's one kind of thing. But this wall will, when I make my 8x8 wall, it's gonna be about maybe like 200 to 350 will be customizable. I can detach with the Velcro.
I have three questions.
Okay.
So my understanding, how big is a flower wall with 8x8?
Yeah, 8x8, and then I have an 8x4 because
Okay,
it's.
8x8, how much you spend on purchasing flowers and the Velcro, and how much is that?
It's 2,500.
That's your price.
Yeah, but this includes all the.
Investment.
Yeah, for one wall. Yeah, because the framing is like 400.
Now, if I want to customize with my company name or my logo, can you do that?
Yeah, so I was thinking about doing that in the future, where I could put it on there. I haven't got to that yet, but I'm still considering like what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna do customizable signs. It will be a lot more money because, you know.
Last question. If I rent, it's for what, 2 hours, 24 hours?
I will have a contract, and it'll be of the day. So in the contract, everything. Yeah. So like from like let's say like so if they order at like
24 hours.
but not like 24 hours only in the day, not the next day. So the next day I'll pick it up in like the morning or so. Thank you.
Okay. I love the idea. I think it's great. And my concerns were also having the one color wall and being able, I love that it's a one-shot deal. That's great. You're paying for it once. And you can always add
Yeah.
flowers. So you're buying your flowers in bulk?
Yes.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. That's great. I mean, I
Yeah.
love the whole idea. As long as you can add other
Yeah.
things and because the customization.
No, yeah. No, that's why I don't have like the actual 8x8 because I've ordered from so many different companies, and I liked a lot of them, but so far like I've been getting Real Touch flowers, and then I learned that Real Touch flowers it actually collects dust, so now I need to like, keep looking.
Well, that's why I'm curious too, is it better to reach out to the venues or to other floral or design companies?
I would say the venues, because the people they go to the venues, and like my boss, Actually, I forgot to mention this, but yeah. So my boss, I work at an ice cream shop, and I actually design cakes. So I love working with events, and they trust me. They'll tell me something crazy, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. So it's really fun. But my boss, he owns a venue, and I told him about my idea. He said, yeah, tell me, and I'll let them know. They have like a whole team, and if.
A lot of them have books, right? With like certain.
Yeah, they do, and they'll put me. And he said he'll put me on there, and yeah. So I mean, with the commission, I think that's more even convincing too. But yeah. Any more questions? Okay, thank you. Thank you.
No worries. I think. There we go. Okay, can you put up my PowerPoint? Thank you. And a round of applause for Connor, our tech guy. He's been amazing every time we have an event, so we are truly grateful for Connor, and everything that he does comes in. I see him. I know everything is going to work out just fine. So while we're getting ready to deliberate, the judges will be going with me next door. So please take your folders with you. But in the meantime, those that are in the audience, this is your Slido. There's the code. You can use the QR code, and it is going to tell you, please select your top 3 businesses in order of your preference. Your votes will help determine the first, second, and third place winner. When you open it up, you'll see all 5, and select which one you want first, second, and third. Okay, so in the meantime, there's water in the back. There's some snacks that you can eat. And one more time, a round of applause for these 5 ladies, because they were absolutely amazing.
Yeah, seriously. Different combos. Where do you buy your stuff? Like at the fairs? What do you mean? The outfits. Oh, yes, at the fairs. Well, this fair is part of the wall. It's a little different, but yeah, this stuff I buy at the fair. You're gonna love it. It's kind of.
Did you put the cup against the window? The door? Yes, sir. Put the cup against the door.
Oh, Amber, that's good.
Okay, can everybody have their seats? And we'll get ready to proceed.
Did you just say you're freezing? That's what Lisa was saying to her. I assume my nose is cold. Oh, I need to move.
Yes, I can.
Would you?
Yeah.
All the participants, when we're done, please don't run out. We do want to capture some pictures with you, so I would appreciate it if you do not run out. So while we were deliberating, I received some amazing news from Jennifer Eckhoff, the director of the Eastern Mountain Area Chamber of Commerce. Would you like to, you got a mic?
Oh, yeah, I do. Do I need a mic?
I know, right? You got a mic. So go ahead. and
So,
then-
Kevin Moot also is a member of the Eastern Monmouth Area Chamber of Commerce. He actually is on our executive board and the chair of our membership ambassador program. I'd also like to shout out that Dr. Jacqueline is also on our board of directors, as is Dr. Scacco, who was here. I don't know if she's still here or not. So we did a quick, what I'd like to do is offer all of the entrepreneurs tonight a 1-year free membership in the Eastern Monmouth Area Chamber of Commerce. We'll partner with Kevin as the ambassador. He will set up each member with somebody from the chamber to help walk you through chamber membership, what to expect. But it's really just, it's not to get you business, it's not to sell, it's to help you network and just get your name out there. Many of you said your way you wanted to market your business was word of mouth, and this is a really good way to do it. So it's a value of $305 for a year, and I just need emails from everybody, so.
Excellent. So, once again, thank you, Jennifer and Kevin, for that. Wasn't expecting it, but I came from the chamber at one point.
Yes, that's where I bet you.
I know, right? I never leave the chamber, the Eastern Monmouth Area Chamber of Commerce, so I know the value of working with the chamber as well as getting to know the people at the chamber. I have to tell you that when I had my own business and I worked at the chamber, and that was eons ago at this point, quite a couple of decades, I made friends with them that I still have to this day. And if I have a problem, they're all experts in what they do. I know who to call. I need someone to come in and speak. I know who to call. So they've been truly amazing. So you're going to make friendships. You're going to develop relationships. You're going to create partnerships that are going to last you a lifetime. So definitely take advantage of this. And again, it's a $305, think of it something that you don't have to take out of your pocket to invest in your business. And I really want to give another round of applause to these 5 young ladies that stuck it through, because there were some people who started and did not finish it. I know that they actually even collaborated with each other. T-shirts were ordered from Amber, from no, it was your mom's store, yours? Bow Wow, it was mom's. But still, getting business for each other, it's not about, can I sell you something? It's about, hey, how can I help you? And it's not necessary that you're going to help the person that you're talking to, but you don't know who they're connected with. And we live in a world where I truly believe 3 touches and you know somebody. We're not that far from each other. We're not strangers. So that being said, thank you all who got on Slido and did it. I was surprised to see there were 58 people on Slido. We don't have 58 people in here. So that is a very, very good thing. So that being the case, the numbers from Slido were interjected, and we are going to start with the 3rd winner.
Here, Jackie, do you want me to?
Yeah, that would be heavenly helpful.
I know, right? He's so helpful. Thank you. So, 3rd. Okay, and the 3rd winner, Amber. Checks will be given out later. I have to get them from Brookdale. They don't come out of my account. And then the second winner. Go there. Okay, and our second winner goes to Gianna. Our first place winner is Maddie. I have to say, Maddie was the one that when for the pitch, she came up to me and said, "Can I present?" I did not sign up. I didn't know what this was all about. So just to show you. Take the extra stuff. So with that, that concludes our, oh, not working anymore? There you go. So that concludes our event for today. Thank you all for coming out, and always, support your small businesses wherever you go. They are the backbone of our economy. Our goal here is to help those that are entrepreneurs in one way or another, looking to move their business forward, create their business, figure out if it's going to work or not. Remember, here at Brookdale, we're here to support you. Community is our middle name. Thank you all for participating, and have an amazing night. Remember, don't leave people, including the judges, so we can take pictures. Thank you.
Give me the food table.